Hey, this is Jeff Haynes, editor on the IGN PlayStation team, and I'm talking about Valkyrie Profile for the PSP today. 6 years ago, Valkyrie Profile came out on the original PlayStation, and it was a great game that a lot of people actually didn't get their hands on. Because of a limited run that Enix provided to the PlayStation community, not many people managed to get their hands on one of the most innovative and creative RPGs released. But now, as a precursor to Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmaria's coming out in September, Valkyrie Profile has been remixed essentially in Valkyrie Profile Lenneth for the PSP, a game that takes a new look at the original title with new cutscenes, new remastered audio, and a new presentation for the game itself. The plot centers around Ragnarok, or the end of days in Norse mythology. As Lenneth, one of the three Valkyries handpicked by Odin to choose the Einherjar, or the brave warriors who have fallen in combat to fight for the gods of Asgard, you are tasked to going down to Midgard and finding these brave people to then be recruited for the gods. By using spirit concentration, you can actually hear their last final cries before they died and track down their specific locations to then find out exactly what happened to them in their life right before they died. You'll also wind up using spirit concentration to find dungeons which you will then use for your Einherjar to level them up so that they can then be prepared for their battles in the afterlife. That actually plays into a very significant part of the game, which happens to be time management. Since Ragnarok is actually upon you, you only happen to have a limited amount of time to train your warriors and get them prepared before they go up to fight in the last battle. There are 24 periods in each chapter, and with 8 chapters total, that equals 192 periods to make every single macro decision on the game's level. Every single move that you make takes time, and if you don't actually manage your time wisely, you'll find that you won't have developed your characters or your fighters well enough, and they may actually wind up getting killed when they go up to Asgard to fight for the gods. Now, one of the interesting things about Valkyrie Profile Lenneth happens to be what they managed to do to make the game seem new and fresh for the PSP. Valkyrie Profile Lenneth has new video and audio enhancements that makes the game actually feel like a completely new title. There's a new 16:9 aspect ratio to fully fit the PSP screen, as well as new CG cutscenes for key moments of the plot to draw you into what is actually going on for Lenneth and her Einherjar themselves. As well, these CG cutscenes relate to the upcoming Valkyrie Profile 2, and some players will definitely want to strive towards getting every single item and aspect of the game that they can, so that they get that very great ending that ties all of Valkyrie Profile Lenneth and Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmaria together. Along with that, there's a remastered audio soundtrack for the game, and you can tie into part of that within the audio gallery for the game itself. Unfortunately, a lot of the old problems still remain within this version. For instance, you'll still notice a lot of pixelization within some of the animated backgrounds. There's still a certain amount of load times that you'll have to contend with between either menus or battle sequences, and you'll still notice a certain amount of slowdown, primarily when you happen to have very large, very effects-laden visual sequences, particularly within battle. However, the overriding concept behind Valkyrie Profile is this. If you were one of the people that managed to miss it 6 years ago, this is an excellent opportunity to get your hands on the title right now in the PSP version. If you happen to be a big fan of it, however, this is probably an even more improved way of getting your hands on a classic title that you probably love. And for those of you that might not have been that impressed, this might actually sway you back over into Valkyrie's camp. If you're looking for more information, check out the review on our PSP site.
His wish will be granted.